Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another festive video. As you can see, today's a very exciting day. It is Christmas decoration installation day. So what I thought we would do for this video is focus on the main Christmas tree. So I do have a few Christmas trees in my house because I just love Christmas so much. And as you can see here with all these boxes, these are all decorations. These are decorations I have had for years. Some of these are decorations I've had since childhood, so they have a lot of sentimental value. But today, as I said, I really wanted to focus on the main Christmas tree. We don't have real trees here, so I'm going to be assembling the tree. So that is what is in this box here. I've had this tree for, gosh, probably 7-8 years now. So I've had it for quite a long time, which is brilliant. And I just absolutely love it. But I do have a couple of other trees that I will assemble and sort of decorate with you over the coming weeks. But yes, so today, very, very excitingly, we're going to be getting this tree up. I love Christmas. I just love it so much. The decorations, the music. I mean, you can see I've got all my decorations here. I've got some Christmas music keyed up there, ready to go on the TV so that when I'm decorating, I've got all the festive vibes going. I'm going to have Mum here with me today, so you're going to see her as well. We have a tradition each year. We sort of get together and we put up all the Christmas decorations together. Mum absolutely loves Christmas as well, so I definitely feel I get that from her. When we were sort of growing up, Christmas was a big thing in our house. And not even so much like in the present sort of aspect of it, but it was just a really family thing. It was a big family day with lots of decorations, lots of love, that kind of thing. And so it's really instilled a love for Christmas in me over, my lifetime. But yeah, so I'm looking at it all and I'm feeling overwhelmed. It's a lot of stuff here. So I'm thinking, I've got the air conditioning going up there. You can see it is on. To try and cool the house down, I'm wanting to channel winter vibes. I'm wanting to channel that it's snowing outside. We've got the Christmas music going. All the decorations are going to be up. And I'm trying to think about the best way to do this today. So what I thought we might do is, just so this video doesn't go for 3 hours or something like that, I will kind of pop you on a tripod and you'll sort of watch as we assemble the tree, pop the lights on, the decorations, that kind of thing. I'll sort of have time lapses throughout, and then sort of at the end, I will show you what the end result looks like and kind of take you on a bit of a tour of this main Christmas tree. My favorite decorations, the stories behind some of the decorations, and I'll also show you what it looks like at night. The tree is it's really sweet. We put the lights up. It has a train, like a working train that's kind of built up into the tree, which is really cool and goes around the tree. So I'll show you all of that. I keep referring to it as the main tree. It is the largest, this one that we're going to assemble together today is the largest tree that I have in the house. And my family actually get together for Christmas, and we actually have Christmas here at the house here. So this tree here, which I'm referring to as the main tree, is the tree where all the presents will go under. And on Christmas Day with the nieces and nephews and things like that, we'll sort of all get together and open the presents and spend the day together. We do a big Christmas lunch here, and it's a lot of fun. It's a lot of love, and it's a tradition that we've sort of done for years. I appreciate that, one, not everyone celebrates Christmas, and two, that for some people, Christmas can be quite a lonely time of the year. So if that is you, I hope you just get a bit of enjoyment out of coming along with me and me sharing my sort of traditions with you, and you can sort of feel like a part of my family as I'm celebrating and putting my decorations up. And I hope that my enjoyment and excitement kind of comes through on camera and that you're sort of experiencing that along with me. As I said, Mum's going to be here and we're going to get going with this tree. I think we're going to pour ourselves a little bubbly, get the music going, and kind of just get stuck into this. As you can see, it is a lot of things. So it's going to be a couple of hours, I think, to get everything up and all set up, and I'm going to bring you along with me for that whole process. So over the next couple of weeks, you're going to see this main tree come up today, and then you're going to see the other trees, and I'm also going to do like a full house tour with all the decorations. I'll show you what everything looks like at nighttime when it's all lit up and sparkly and things like that. So without further ado, let's get into this. I'm going to set you up on a tripod. All right, so I have Mum here. Say hello to everyone.
Hi everyone.
And we have just made some room in this space. So that is where the big main tree is going to go. So that is it in the box. So I'm just going to pop you on a bit of a time lapse while we assemble that. And then once it's assembled, I'll come back on and kind of show you what it looks like sort of in its bare bones state. Okay, so the tree is now assembled. So that is it there. It is, the tips of the tree are flocked, so it kind of gives that illusion of sort of a little bit of like a light dusting of snow. And this is the train tracks. As I mentioned earlier, I've got like a little train that goes around, and it's just adorable. I'll show you once it's sort of on and it's activated and things like that. You'll be able to see it. But that is all assembled now. Absolutely love this tree. So next step is going to be to put on the lights. So I think last year was the first year, instead of going around the tree with the lights, we sort of went up and down with the lights, and that was more of like an even distribution of lights. Yeah, as Mum said, and easier for us to actually apply. When you're sort of going around and around the tree, it's a nightmare to get around the tree in this spot here. The tree is a little bit far from the wall, so this will move, and obviously the walkway will be made bigger again. And down here you can see these are just the power boards, and we actually have timers. A biggest tip I can give anyone: if you have lit up trees, get yourself timers. It just brings so much joy when they just turn off and on all by themselves, and it just means that they actually do turn on. If you still have to rely on yourself to switch them on and off on the wall, I just find you don't, and then, you know, days go by and you've not even lit your tree. But with a timer, it kind of just does it itself, and it's just so beautiful as the sun sort of goes down and your tree lights up. It's, yeah, very special. So yes, we are going to get the lights on now and try and work out the timer. And then probably, I think we also, so we don't do tinsel on this tree. What we will do is some ribbons. So lights, then ribbons, and then we'll start doing the decorations. But once we've assembled the lights, I'll come back on and show you what that sort of looks like. So we have the lights on, as you can see, and we have also just added the sort of ribbons down the tree. Last year we actually did the ribbons around and we just felt that it just didn't look great. Yeah, as Mum said, it looked messy. Whereas this, I know it probably still looks a little bit messy now on camera, but wait until you see it with all of the decorations and things like that. They sort of just almost look like little streamers have come down from the top, which is just very pretty. I'm so happy with that. It's a much better process than sort of going around the tree. I've just got the lights on now, just so we can make sure that the lights are kind of covering everywhere and there isn't like a space that doesn't have little fairy lights on it. But that is where we are at. So I think that the next step will just be to start putting all the decorations on. So again, I'll pop you back on a time lapse and we will start to add all the decorations on. And then once we've added all the decorations, I'll sort of come back on and we might do a little bit of a tour of the tree once it's sort of done while it's daylight and you can still sort of see. But then as I said, I will also show you again later tonight so you can see it all lit up in its glory at nighttime. So that is the main tree done. It looks incredible. I'm so happy with it. This tree is definitely a family tree. It's very sentimental. So it's not something that is, you know, completely curated or anything like that. We sort of stick to a rough color scheme. We do like silvers, golds, reds. But it's just every single sort of piece just brings, you know, every decoration brings so many memories. And, you know, as we were putting them on, Mum and I were just sort of reminiscing about each and every little piece. And a little train is on there, which I will turn on for you in a moment. But I just thought while we still had some daylight, I would just kind of show you some of my favorite favorite decorations. So I'm just going to get a little bit closer to the tree and we'll just quickly go through a couple of them and I'll kind of share where they came from and sort of, you know, the memory behind them. And then I'll pop the little train on and I'll show you how that works. And then we will come back tonight when it's all lit up and the little train is going and you'll be able to see what it looks like then. So we might start down the bottom on this side. So we've got quite a few sort of just filler decorations here that we've just sort of bought from, you know, general stores and things. And then what we've done is sort of interdisperse the filler decorations with the really sentimental one. So for example, this one here we actually bought in Austria at some Christmas markets there. Goodness, maybe 15 years ago, I would say. So quite a few of these decorations are from a trip, a sort of white Christmas trip that we took over to Europe. So that one there is from Austria. It was an incredible trip. We actually had a white Christmas. It snowed. We were up in the Swiss Alps for Christmas Day, and it was just a sensational experience. These little ones here, you'll see there's actually quite a number of these. They're actually from Hawaii. So we were in Hawaii maybe 2013. but they're just very sweet little sort of gold and enamel decorations. We've also got some picks, like some red berry picks, which are really lovely. Some of these filler balls, I absolutely love this one. It's like it's encrusted with snow. It's so pretty. And these ones here, if I sort of step back, you can kind of see where they sort of stick out of the tree itself. We've had those for 20 years, I would say. And the really cute little carousel in there. More sort of decorations from Europe. There's me and a little bauble. This one here is from Paris, to a trip that we did to Paris a couple of years ago. Not for Christmas, but just a really fun trip. We've got these sweet little birds. This is actually a handmade decoration from a friend of mine who does a lot of like crocheting and things, and so she handmade that. This little guy here and this one here are both from quite a famous, I believe, Christmas store in Rothenburg in Germany. It was just incredible, this store. That actually went to Rothenburg, not for Christmas, it was just a trip. I think maybe like September, October to Europe, but they have like an all year round Christmas store there. And both of these were from that store. Also got a snowman that's like a music box that you sort of turn, and there's little birds in his belly and they sort of spin around. That was also from that store. I'll probably show you that when I sort of do the full house Christmas tour. This one here is such a funny little story. We were in, I think it's pronounced, is it Obermangau in Germany? And they had a Christmas store there, and it was just a spectacular store. They had all of these massive trees with all these decorations, and they obviously had displays, you know, display cabinets and things with the decorations in it. But we saw this little guy on a tree and hunted everywhere to see if we could just get it, you know, off the shelf. Could not get it anywhere. And so we, you know, were saying to the guy that worked there, he was quite a young guy that worked there, and we were like, oh, we love this decoration. Is it possible to get it, you know, get it from the tree? And he sort of was like, yep, no, that's fine. But it was a tree that was on like a pedestal that was spinning around. And so as he was trying to detach this little decoration from the tree, he was sort of like on this pedestal spinning around with this tree, trying to pull it off. Every time I pop this decoration on the tree, I always remember that. Gosh, it was just one of those funny sort of memories that you have of a trip that's just stays with you for life. It's, yeah. This little one here is also from Austria. It's like a little glass bell. It's quite a delicate decoration, but it's beautiful with little diamantes on it. Again, those little ones from Hawaii there. Gorgeous horse, little birds. These snowflakes are like from my childhood. We have very few of them left, but we've had them for, you know, 30 years, I'd say. We've got the owl there, the acorns, another little one from Hawaii. This one here is crocheted, and it's a little moon with the little bits sort of dangling from it. I actually bought this in I believe Hallstatt in Austria. We were at the town for a couple of hours, and it was a day where there was really heavy snow and it was freezing cold, and we ended up sort of just being in a restaurant for a couple of hours just trying to get out of the cold. And as we were sort of walking back to our transportation, we saw this little store, and they were selling these beautiful little Christmas decorations that was sort of, you know, handmade and that they'd crocheted. So I've had this one for, goodness, a good sort of 10 years or so. Again, nice little filler baubles there. Another one of these. Gosh, I just think they're beautiful. I couldn't even tell you where I've got that from, but so lovely. This is another one from the German Christmas markets that we've had for a number of years. Just a really sweet little bauble. This one down here is actually my sister bought us this one from Hawaii when they did a trip over there. Little Santa with a surfboard. What else? Also absolutely love this one. Another one from the German or Austrian Christmas markets. Just look at that, like look at the detail on that. Let me move my hand around. It's even got like the little, and it kind of, you know, swings and ticks. But like the detail, the little birds and the leaves. So beautiful. And again, just brings those memories back of those trips, you know. Such great memories. And then coming around here, more pics. This one here is a very heavy bauble, but it is from, there is a fairy tale castle in Germany, and I'm going to absolutely butcher the name of this. It's like Neuschwanstein Castle. So there you go, that's the spelling there. And I believe they say it is the castle that kind of inspired the Disney castle. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. But so that's that little bauble there. Some really pretty little filler baubles. This one here is actually one that I made for my mum when I was a little girl. So she has kept that, and we put it on this family tree here. But yeah, I mean, I won't go through every single individual bauble with you. We'd be here forever. This one here is from Paris as well. And this, which you probably won't see much of, but under here is the Christmas tree skirt. I just think it's so adorable. With like the little reindeer and the trees and Santa and his sleigh. But yes, so that's a little tour of our completed Christmas tree. So happy with it. All right, so what I might do is I will come back later tonight and we will light all of this up. I'll make sure that the light timer is working, so it'll be all lit up, and then you'll be able to see the tree in all of its evening glory, and you'll be able to see a little train going around with its headlight and things like that. But before we sort of move to those clips, I will just show you the little train. I will just turn it on. And you'll be able to see it in more detail when it comes around. So it's just, the train is just on this track here that kind of goes around the tree. I have, ever since I was a little girl, wanted a train. It was just my dream to have a train with my Christmas tree. And I know they sell a lot of trains that are on the floor, but we actually put the presents under here. So I just sort of felt that would get in the way. But this is it's sort of up, out of the way. And it's just adorable. I absolutely love it. It's on a short run at the moment. So it kind of just does like 3 loops around the tree and then turns off. But it looks really cool at night time because it has the headlight. And so that's the little train there. As I said, it's been one of, I don't know why. I think, you know, growing up when you see those cartoons, and in all the cartoons, they always have a tree with a train. And so I'd always wanted one. And it wasn't until I was an adult and I had my own tree that I was actually able to get my very own train. And I think too, while I don't have children, I've always had sort of little dogs, and they've always been inside dogs. And I think having a train on the ground would have just been maybe a little bit too much of a temptation for them if it was, you know, going around the tree and things. So yeah, I've had this train for quite a while now, but it just makes me smile every single time. Every time I turn it on, it's just the biggest grin. And I've had this train for 10 years, I reckon. And every time it's just, yeah. I have a niece and a nephew, and they just love it when they come from Christmas, you know, to put the little train on. It's just going 24/7 basically when they're here. So it's great that everyone enjoys it so much. But yes, all right, well, I will come back and talk to you this evening once this tree is all lit up. All right, so it's been a few hours and I just wanted to show you the tree lit up in all of her magical glory. Apologies for the flickering light. I think they're LED lights, and so it's actually affecting the camera. But in real time, they're not flickering at all. They're just a very sort of slow pulse on the lights. Oh, it's just magical. It's like a little piece of Christmas magic in your own home. Gosh, look at that. So, I think that's going to be it for today's video. I hope you have absolutely loved spending some time with Mum and I while we have been decorating this sort of family tree. I hope you've loved sort of having a bit of a tour of the tree and me giving you a bit of history of some of the decorations. And kind of just seeing it all come together. As I said earlier, this isn't a curated tree. It's just very much our family tree. And I was so excited to be able to share this tradition with you. Because this video will just be way too long, what I'm going to do is actually split the Christmas sort of decoration installation over a couple of videos, just so that you're not, you know, trying to get through 2 hours worth of Christmas decoration footage. So today we're just going to focus here on this main family tree, and then next week we'll actually assemble and decorate the other trees that I have in the house. And then we might do a bit of a house tour during the day and at night, just so you can see what all the decorations look like once they've been placed, and just how magical it is. Oh, I know I keep saying it, but it just makes me so happy. It makes me smile. And I do put my decorations up a little bit earlier. So you're watching this in December, but I've put them up a few weeks ago because they just make me so happy. You know, you spend so much time putting all your decorations up and, you know, investing so much time in that process. And I just think it's really lovely to be able to have them for quite a few weeks and to be able to enjoy them for that time. But yes, so I'm going to bid you farewell and good night. I will see you next week for another video. I'm going to turn the train on now, so that's sort of the closing you'll see is the little train, little Christmas train going around the tree. All right, I'll see you next week. Bye.